but still not yet duplicated. It's sports only on the Liberty TV radio. I seriously love listening to it. Hello, everybody.
What's up, people? My name is Timmy Dakolo, and you are listening to Elected TV Radio. Stay tuned.
Elected TV radio. Redefining broadcasting. Listen. You are listening to Elected TV radio. Elected TV radio. We are to lead. Elected TV radio. We are not just about radio, TV, or YouTube numbers. We are all about connecting with people and creating a community of great minds and values. Elected TV
9 o'clock is not yet.
To lead. Elected TV radio. We are not just about radio, TV, or YouTube numbers. We are all about connecting with people and creating a community of great minds and values.
Eight goals in England for Newcastle and 7 goals in Germany for Bayern, 4 goals against myself for Paris Saint-Germain in France. But then in Holland, it is fire. Let's burn down the stadium. Some people in Nigeria will tell you the reason they don't go to stadium is because there is always violence. But we never see violence like we see in Italy, France, Germany, England, and every other European countries. But then people in Nigeria who wants to make lazy excuses will always tell you that football in Nigeria is terrible. I mean, the headlines in Europe describing what happened in the Netherlands was anarchy. When you say anarchy, you're close to Armageddon already. Anarchy, as the fans of Ajax were so crazy, they started throwing fire flares into the stadium. It didn't end there. They vandalized their own stadium. You know how mad you would be to start vandalizing your own stadiums, to start burning down your own stadium? That's exactly what happened. In boxing, Zhang delivers the brutal knockout for loudmouth Joe Joyce, talking without substance. Yeah, sometimes when you talk, you have to put the performance. And then the sad news that you hear is the thought that Arsenal is not trying to get Ousmane Dembele on loan just because a lot of Arsenal players are injured, and it's beginning the reality of what I said during the transfer window, that Bukayo Saka is not the guy that you need. He's a good player, yes, of course. The English are trying to project him since the racism chant against him in the finals of the Euros. The English media are trying to wash their own image by making Saka the poster boy. But listen, I will say this and I'll say it again and again and again. Bukayo Saka is nothing but just an average player. Arsenal are beginning to rue the mistakes they made. Signing Kai Havertz instead of Maddison. Maddison showed them what they were missing yesterday. And then the shooting club, Tottenham Hotspur, you drew a game that you had all the opportunities to win, and you're celebrating like you beat Arsenal 7-0. What would Newcastle be doing, or Bayern? Well, for Bayern, they went on to celebrate in a pool of beer as they all somersaulted into the valley of the shadow of beer. It's Oktoberfest. Remember, we're close to it already. So that man, Harry Kane. Well, British people and alcohol is 5 and 6. So when you see Harry Kane drinking beer, keep it in your pocket. It's a British traditional thing, so it's not a big deal. Well, that's what football brought over the weekend, and I will need you guys to be my analysts. Review what your best performance of the weekend, players, coaches, and who were your worst one, who gets the thumb down for not performing well. Max Verstappen, again, was on the pole, number 1. Right now, they can't stop him. Can nobody stop me now? That's why he's singing. Absolutely, man. That guy is on fire. the back end of last season into the season. Mercedes-Benz needs to put some juju. I've always said it's about the driver. They say, no, I've always said about a combination of the driver and the engine. They say, no, it's not about the engine, it's about the driver, only the driver. Well, as much as I agree that Red Bull have two cars and the other one is the same engine but not firing like Max Verstappen, my question is, what happened all of a sudden to Lewis Hamilton? Is it too old to be in the race? I don't know, but it just looked like it's no longer working for Lewis Hamilton. I mean, I was always rooting for him, and I'll continue to. I'm not a fan of Max Verstappen, I won't lie, but he's earned my respect. You don't have to be somebody's fan to respect them. You just have to accept the fact that they know what they're doing, they're good at it, and that's the reason why you respect them. Being their fan, that's a different connection entirely. It's like, I mean, every girl that is beautiful is not the girl you fall in love with. Or every man that has six-pack, it's not the one to fall in love with. It's just what it is. Okay, I like that guy, looks good, ends there. But then there are some, they don't even have six-pack, they have balloon like me. I mean, balloon, small balloon. You know, I have small balloons. Some people have big balloon. Okay, but you just love them. I had the same thing with girls. Okay, just like that. So I like him. I got respect for him, the way he drives. I don't think I'm ever gonna be his fan anyway. I'm not sure I would ever be his fan. Well, in rugby, Australia are on the verge of being knocked out of the group stage for the very first time in 9 World Cups since the World Cup started in 1986. If I'm not mistaken, now they've always made it past the group stage. But as it is, Eddie Jones, one thing I've always said is Spurs, don't sign a manager that is going through hell. When Eddie Jones left England, yes, I mean, we all know that Eddie Jones is a great manager. There's no argument about it. But when he left England under a cloud. And under that same cloud he has created. Yes, let's be fair to Australia, having lost to the West Team by 40-6. Let's understand one thing. Australia is rebuilding and they have a young team like Chelsea. And talking about Chelsea, we'll talk about Chelsea today. This show will not end. But that club is fighting so hard. As much as I say no bantering of Chelsea, Chelsea have now entered the island of bantering. There is all better off. There is no more holding back on Chelsea. Chelsea is right now committed, aggressively committed to taking the title of a shitty club from Tottenham Hotspur and owning it, especially at the time where Tottenham Hotspur are trying so hard to find Australian magic, Australian kangaroo magic to change their tides and their fortune. And they're doing well. I mean, come on. You don't go to Arsenal and draw 2-2 and score 2 quick goals after conceding each time. I mean, that's a new level for Spurs. That's a new level to get a 2-2 draw at Arsenal at the Emirates. That's a new level for them. They should celebrate it for the rest of the season and take it to the bank. They've already won their title. You know, that Spurs title. Spurs have won their title. To not lose at Arsenal is the biggest thing for them. But Chelsea, come on. Chelsea have got 3 games now in the league without scoring a single goal. The players are playing like headless chickens. No, headless chickens are still better. They are noticeable. They're viable. So, science, fun fact, a cockroach can live for 2 weeks when their head is cut off. So, Chelsea does look like cockroaches right now. I'm not disrespecting you guys, Chelsea fans, but I'm saying your team look like cockroaches. They're worse than shit. At least shit is manure. They have value. Yeah, somebody will say cockroaches are used for medicine. Yeah, I agree. But right now, this is the one that they don't use for medicine. Because cockroaches came from toilets. Oh, toilet in motion. That's where they came up with this Chelsea team. It's the worst Chelsea team I've ever seen in my life. Even under campaign, or people can bait. The Roman Abramovich era does not have a bad Chelsea team. So they can't even put that era into it. But that era seems to be alien compared to this era. This £1 billion era, the cost of Roman Abramovich is really on. I don't know if it is going to be over 100 years like the Bala Gottman cost of Benfica, but it is really on. And imagine a Russian person cursing you. A Russian person cursing you. My name is Roman Abramovich. I place a curse on you. Oh, son of a... That's where Chelsea are finding themselves right now. Well, let's look at all the stories that we've got today and then all the talking points. Newcastle 8 goals to nothing. Sheffield, now wow. But then when you think that that somehow along the road, Bayern Munich also beat some people 7 goals to nothing. Then you know, that's okay. Sheffield just gained promotion. It's not a big deal. Like I said, Sheffield, Luton Town, all those ones are teams that are going to go down. They're going down. They're going down back to championship. There is no staying in the Premier League at this level at all. Well, there's problem in God's own country. As the owner, the owner of Arsenal, hey, Big Dad, I can see you. Yes, that getting that, I see you too. So the owner of Arsenal, who also owns a whole lot of other sports franchises and owns the Sophie Stadium, I told FIFA that look, FIFA, it's not going to work here. If when they use juju for people before, it's not going to work. They say they want to have a share of the stadium gate takings during the World Cup. And if FIFA not agree, they would remove their stadium. And this is the finest stadium in the world. How would you host the World Cup in America and the best and most expensive stadium, $5.5 billion worth of a stadium, is not hosting? Are you kidding me? Okay, tensions are rising between Cronkite Sports and Entertainment, KSC, owners of Sophie Stadium, and FIFA. KSC is unhappy with how FIFA plans to share revenue between World Cup host cities and stadiums, and they've threatened to walk away from hosting unless there is renegotiation. Wow. Some people will die, will kill to host the World Cup match, and some people say, you know what, get out of here, not interested. We've done the Super Bowl, we've done America. America is a big country. They get levels, so there are levels to these things. They would even force the rules to change. So in case you don't know, in case people are not aware, FIFA keeps all ticket revenue from games. In other words, KSC will not receive a shimmy penny. All those $1 that what's that guy Portable is showing you, they will not receive one or even a penny from ticket or hospitality. But that's what KSC are saying. No, this one, I don't care what you think, whether you're FIFA or you're Fafi or Fifi or what Fido did do. Whatever you call yourself, America be this. You goddamn gonna change your rule. If you don't change the goddamn rule, you ain't gonna play your World Cup match in our stadium. This stadium is not owned by the government. The government does not have a say here. The state does not have a say here. So you better go and meet. And you know the thing about America. Let me tell you one thing about America. Hey, remember the Michael Jordan tax? And that spread across the whole country. If one state or one stadium does it and it works, every other stadium will say, okay, we're not giving you. Now you can host a World Cup in America. You can go and put it in Soho Square, one park here, Florida, Orlando, Florida. You can go there to Disneyland and play your ball. But for our stadium, you must rent it. You're not doing us any favor. You must rent it because you cannot come here and take over. Don't come and become landlord. No. Stranger, then they become king for community. They will give you some appointment, but you must also follow people with the ground. You cannot just come in like that. That's what is going on. Well, man, let me read the rules so that you understand. Because what FIFA actually does is they come into your country and they take over all your facility. They run it for the period of the World Cup. FIFA's hospitality rights and ticket says, okay, this is the rule, so you people understand and overstand it so that it doesn't look like that we're just talking rubbish. The final significant component of FIFA's revenue stream consists of hospitality and accommodations rights, as well as ticket sales. Notably, revenue from ticketing rights is 100% owned by a direct subsidiary of FIFA from 2019 to 2022. FIFA reported $949 million in hospitality rights and ticket sales revenue. Tickets were in high demand for the 2022 Men's World Cup in Qatar, with top 10 purchasing countries consisting of Qatar, the United States of America, Nigeria, Yes, so Qatar, United States of America, Saudi Arabia, England, Mexico, and the United Arab Emirates, otherwise known as you people like to call it Dubai. Dubai is just one state, but when I don't do the Dubai, come like say Dubai in a country. Dubai is actually a company in my head. Argentina, France, Brazil, and Germany. Argentina fans, they travel. Well, why would you not travel when you know so your country is guaranteed at least semi-finals most of the times, and even get to the finals, and then you're also favored to win the World Cup at any given time. So that's the situation that is going on there. Well, if you have an opinion, you can put it there now. If you are jumping for the player rating, do the player rating. Don't forget that back home in my state, somewhere in my state capital in Asaba, the youth games are going on. What is the youth game? It's Nigerian Youth Olympics. That's what I call it. The national youth games are going on there, and every state is represented. Plenty of news. The news are so much that I get tired. Okay, every state in this country is represented there, and they are doing their best. The good thing is, when you see games, competitions like this, you know that there is hope. There is a chance that we're going to produce the next best and the next best and the next best. But then, coaching and facilities or infrastructure, as we say, are the very, very enemies of our progress. We're not even talking about scientific advancement now. We never reach that place. We still there for COVID. We still there behind the scene. They never even give birth to us. Because right now, you see the new technologies that are bringing. There's technology now that they will put on your football boot to track how you run, how you control. But Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Now, the same ball we play, so now everybody play now. And you know the funny thing, with all this technological advancement, football has not called this a play ball again. We don't have dribblers anymore. I can't remember last time I watched a game and I see people really dribble. Like a player, you know, back in the day, the move hammers hold the ball, you are dead. What's that guy called? Robin is on this side. There's one guy on the other side, Edogu Johnson. Okay, they hold the ball, you know what will happen. Jose Antonio Reyes, that one that have no respect for anybody, whether you are old or you're young. After Madrid, Arsenal, Jesus Christ. That boy, Sevilla, Madrid, Arsenal, he will dribble you and you will forget your father's name. They tell you to come and sign signature, you'll be signing your grandmother's signature. That's how bad the boy's dribbling ability is. All them Joko. They say English players don't know how to dribble. You know, they get them once in every 2 or 3 generations, once in every 2 or 3 decades. And they had Paul Gascoigne. The next best one came in Joko. I'm on Afiboro. And well, we don't have that anymore. In the era of zero technology, players were playing, dribbling, moving, everything. Now we have a lot of technology, science, everything, and dribbling is like the banned dribbling in football. I don't know what that is anyway. We didn't make the game sweeter in the future. I feel like in the next 50 or 100 years, football will die. Like there'll be nobody will be interested in football again. One, the money, the payment will be too much. Then it will not be clear to everybody that football have always been money laundering since forever. It has always been a scam. All these things that you see, Man United winning 13 titles. We all know that 9 of them were match fixing. This one, Real Madrid dominating the Champions League. You will not see all the match fixing. It will be too clear because the children that we are giving birth to now, if you look, almost all of us growing up, if you were born in the 70s like me, or you're born in the 80s and even in the 90s, you'll not realize when you look at your children today, those of us we don't go, you realize how much of a momo you are. Because if you have a 4-year, 5-year-old, 6 years old, 10-year-old child, the way they think, the way they comprehend things fast compared to you at your time when you think you're brilliant, you not realize that you're the idiot. And you see, 50 years from now, even these ones will be Olodo. And so all these things that they normally pass through our face that we believed, take for instance the way they sold religion to us with plenty lies and told us that witches are in our villages. You now know that, oh God, how did you even first believe that story first in the first place? How did you believe it? How did you start praying fire every day like saying the dragon? You know, all those kind of things. You now realize, then we'll now realize that this football that everybody is whole crazy about, it's all been a scam. It has always been a scam. Everything is RG. It's just some people behind the scene, behind the black curtains that are setting this whole thing up and getting everybody excited so that they can rotate money around the world. We're coming. Well, we're going to know that. I've already known that since forever anyway. I mean, I play the boss more. I coach, I might see the things inside, so I know. But hey, it's your take. But let's come back to the news and then talk about the news. And while we're talking about the news, which player made it for you over the weekend? Which coach made it for you with their tactical arrangement? Man, that's Brighton coach. De Zerbi, he had the audacity to come out and say this is one of the worst games they've had. You come from a goal down to win 3-1. The arrogance is getting to a place that is not respectful anymore. Well, Harry Kane is having a Harry time. It's a jolly good time for him in Germany. And then, you know, a few other ones like that. So you can tell me which player made it for you, which coach made it for you, which team made it for you. But then, why celebrate some people without giving the thumbs down to some people? I think that some teams really got it down, going down, 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 going down, down, down. Set it down for God. Oh, marcha, marcha. Okay, white cloth. Enter God at the match center. God. Religion, they make people the like. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on in the conversation and leave religions on the side a bit. We're talking sports. So let's focus on the sports as we are going like this. Well, which team was the worst team of the weekend? There is no penny for guessing my own. No. You can't get worse than Chelsea, man. Johnny Evans. Man United have finally signed a John Wick. They finally found their John Wick. Oh, Johnny Evans. Tomorrow, remember, I forget my player of the week, but Madison, I was shouting on top of my voice. Go and sign Madison. Go and sign Madison. They go sign Kai. Somebody named that Kai. When I still sign up for 65. When Madison at 45. 20 million will just there for pause now. Hey, okay, Novi. Tell me, convince me, say they need to do scam. Now, Salisu Yusuf, all of they see. Convince me for football. Say they need to do for 1 night. Even to say that your retail ones you buy, you go see the shoot from distance. You go buy Kai. Hey, Shemiboa, I saw checking report. Not me, are you? Jesus, I don't know where. Kai Havertz. Somebody pay 65 million buy Kai Havertz. And I'm going to tell you, they say Nigerian kids is the calibrate. Nigerian kids, that one before. Well, let's read the news. Let's read the news. It's Monday. Monday morning is too serious for me to start doing joke. Okay, Anarchy in Amsterdam as Ajax fans throw flares on the pitch to get match with drivers Feyenoord abandon and vandalize their own stadium after they fell 3-0 behind before riot police used tear gas as trouble continues outside the stadium. Ajax who have had a poor start to the season. Why they not go get poor start? Where they fill up their bank account and they let the players they go. They'll go bring children every time. Every time they walk, the juju one that they use for children to the win matches. Every time they walk, sell everybody what you get. Keep selling them. Bring small children come. Say they will do well. You choose money. Money is good. Go ask Chelsea. They choose money and see what they are facing now. I also have had a poor start to the season with just one win, sit 13th in the league table after missing out on the league title to Feyenoord last term. They conceded all 3 goals in the first half, leading to discontent from the fans when flares were thrown into the pitch for a second time after the break. With many landing near the goal, the referee stopped the contest and directed the players down the tunnel. That's what the matter tell you. But after the match, if you see fight outside stadium, the Nigerian league, neither to happen now. People go tell me, say, for the next 100 years, they don't go stadium again. Well, that's now. Tottenham was 2-2. Spurs assured after pulsating North London derby as Spurs keeper Son Heung-min, the very mean guy, equalises twice to cancel out Cristian Romero's own goal and Bukayo Saka's penalty. Let's just say Cristian Romero 2, Son Heung-min 2. That's the balance. If this Ange Postecoglou's revolution goes the distance, then Gabriel Jesus miss might just take on folkloric status on one side of this London divide. Not only were Tottenham trailing with 32 minutes on the clock, they were being dominated. Arsenal looked every inch the classier act, cohesive, quick, and incisive as they were when Jesus took the ball from James Madison, 15 yards out in the center of goal, and he could not perform miracle. He couldn't walk on sea. He couldn't increase the bread and the fish for people to eat. He couldn't turn water to wine. He just failed woefully. That's how we know that Jesus is not Jesus. This Jesus is just Jesus of Oyingbo from Brazil. He goes and he blazed the ball wide. Spurs came to their senses, pick up the tempo, and without abandoning their principles entirely, figured out they should stop dithering around on the ball at the back. Arsenal are heading into an injury crisis as Declan Rice and Leandro Trossard join big guns on the sideline, while Bukayo Saka is also struggling. I talk at that time, I say make them buy player to back them up. Oh, people say I don't know what I thought. Someone call me 911, call the doctor, and send them directly to Arsenal. Arteta's options are rapidly diminishing. Rice and Trossard, the latest to join an injury list that is burgeoning. Mikel Arteta finally explains tactical reason behind dropping a Ramsey for David Raya ahead of the North London derby. What Gabriel Jesus and Eddie Nketiah start together for the very first time. England international Ramsey starts Sunday's derby clash amongst the substitute for the third consecutive match as the Villarreal continues to get the nod between the stakes. The coach was expecting that the Villarreal would play the team into attack more. That was why. Let's not forget how wonderful Napoli have been anyway. Yes, James Madison has single-handedly changed the way Tottenham play. Jamie Redknapp claims a splendid Hill performance in North London derby. I don't think it did too well, but it did good. But then again, the game ended in a draw. Jamie Redknapp has hailed James Madison's performance in the North London derby, believing that he single-handedly changes the way that Tottenham play. Do you agree or you disagree? Well, let's go to the home of a the new shitty club in London. Why shitty clubs are always in London, I don't know. The new shitty and the shittiest club in London is Chelsea. Shell Shit Football Club lost 1-0 to Aston Villa. Blues lost for a third time in the Premier League already this season, with Oli Watkins winner leaving Mauricio Pochettino's side 14th after Malo Gusto's red card. I told you guys that Mauricio Pochettino is not coming to work magic, plus the fact that these players are just too young to be playing at that highest level. For the second visit run in, Aston Villa came to Stamford Bridge and their fans were able to crow about the opposition manager getting sacked in the morning. Last season, they were pretty much right. Graham Potter losing his job 24 hours after an April defeat to Unai Emery's side proved the final straw for the Chelsea hierarchy. Just 6 league games into the new season, Pochettino might already have an idea how Potter felt after almost 7 months when his reign came to an abrupt end. After 7 months, not the abrupt end, that too. With a good idea about the difficulties his predecessors faced and scale of the task that is getting Chelsea back on track, the change in the dugout and the overhaul of the squad has yet to produce different results. Chelsea have won just 2 in the league since Potter's departure, once under caretaker manager Frank Lampard. So Frank Lampard in all of his time won only 1 game. Let's pause and think a little bit. Hey, okay. I was under Pochettino. But let's talk about car racing smalls, because the stories from football is becoming too boring and too annoying. Max Verstappen wins Japanese Grand Prix to hand Red Bull his 6th Constructors' Championship. Max Verstappen, clear-minded after a mature post-Marina Bay inquest, arrived ready to send a message to his championship rivals on their sharing tarmac at Suzuka race track. Verstappen, as he has done on 12 separate occasions already this season, scotched his opposition. Perhaps those doubters would rather suck on an egg than dare question the abilities of the Dutchman. Kylian Mbappe is in the news. Would he be fit to play against Newcastle in the Champions League when the Champions League come around again? We don't know. Kylian Mbappe could be a die for the Newcastle tie after limping off with suspected ankle injury in PSG's 4-0 win over Marseille, as Ligue 1 clash is marred by homophobic chants from the home fans. Randa Colomwani and Goncalo Ramos scored their first goals for Paris Saint-Germain as the French champions crushed bitter rivals Olympique de Marseille 4-0 in Ligue 1 on Sunday. Let's not forget that Marseille is a club that big player Pierre-Emerick, shitty player Aubameyang went to. Okay, so what's happening to Arsenal under Aubameyang is happening again now to Marseille. Well, Murphy's Law is the idea that anything that can go wrong will go wrong. The things you fear would always happen to you. That is Murphy's Law. If you worry about something too much that this thing is going to go wrong, then don't be surprised when it goes wrong. It's only in Nigeria that we put Murphy's Law into action, and then when it happens, we get surprised. Let me give you a good example. Nigerians will be everywhere telling you that this country can never be good, this country is terrible, this country is horrible. When the horrible begins to happen, they start complaining. It's a Murphy's Law. You spoke all of those into existence. That's just an explanation of Murphy's Law. Before I call attack me now, say I know this sensitive, but that's the explanation of Murphy's Law. Anything you think can go wrong definitely will go wrong. It's the law of attraction. Okay, so if you spend your whole day say, oh God, this government will not go favor me, oh I don't die, everything is bad. Well, when it starts going bad, don't complain, don't get confused, or ask why. Oh God, why me? Eli lama sabachthani. No, God has not forsaken you. You put the law in motion and the law is just working. That's just what it is. Okay, so for those of you who don't know Murphy's law, that's Murphy's law. When you keep fearing that something can go wrong, then it goes wrong. It will go wrong. It's a law of attraction. What you worry about, what you think about all the time is what will happen to you. So spend time thinking about all of the good things that can happen in your life. Eventually, it will happen. Let me show you a good example of that. Think about yourself and the things you say about yourself 10, 15, 20 years ago, and look at where you are now. You'll be so shocked that almost where you are today, almost everything you said about yourself has been happening. But you know the thing, it's like prayer and answers. The thing about prayer and answers is when we pray, because Nigerians, humans in general, let me not use Nigerians, but Nigerians mostly, we are used to the recorded prayer. What is the recorded prayer? There is a particular way that almost all Nigerians pray. Father Lord, we thank you, worship you, that mumu prayer. I don't know who invented that prayer, but that's a very mumu prayer. Like the stupidest prayer. And how can you be saying, like, if you're having a relationship with your father, do you say the same thing to your father every single day? Like, your father would think that you're crazy. It's recorded because it now looks like you are a tape. You can't get past that. No, you can't go past there, right? You gotta have, like, hey, God, have fun. Like, you know, so I pray like, hey, God, have fun. How your day, how things go for your side. And then I shall say, oh, you know, so you see everything what they go through. So it's not like I won't tell you what you know already know, but I just want to give you my own perspective to it. Now, me and God, they talk. So, you know, say all this prayer, how they pray. So, now because as the teacher say, Jesus, my elder brother, he moved from our sake. I know they talk, but more only Jesus first. Now, me and you they talk now, Pile. Let's talk. Leave my elder brother out of this matter now. So the way this slide they go, so it gets something. So what the app I don't really like. But it don't be like say you the user they tempt me, they try me. But you say Pile, reason the thing. Which kind of Pile you be? You just like say before you go do anything for me, you must test me first. You be teacher. You not be teacher now. Just if you reach my turn to give me my thing clearly. Not they stress me any yourself. Which kind of Pile you be? True. You know they stress me before they respect you now, before the pro for you, the give you poko. Why you call the stress me before you want to give me the thing you're supposed to give me? You might pillow, but not let me call the reason say I need to do DNA to know whether you might pillow or you just might be like boyfriend. You don't understand? And I said like just be so. But any Asha, I see the hail you because you be all like I am the one who be say pass everybody. That's why you be the elevator. The organ elevator. So just hold your side though. But as I go out today, so I just watch me share so that if I suppose go left, no, make I not go turn right. And if I suppose turn right, man, not go turn left. Just control everything so that everything is up pure. In the evening, me and you go shop or go together. As I go out, so don't say the morning now, I'll go do my show. Make the show sweet, very sweet. Well, I reach my jollof rice party for reach my jollof rice or reach my party, make it sweet like that. And more the people will be say go down my show, may they get sense because they come on my place, call insult each other or insult me. You know, say me I go give them back. You know, say me I'll give them back, and people going to talk say we suppose forgive, we suppose forget, but you know say you since when devil do something, you not forgive, you not forget. So and I use my pillar, so I'm supposed to be like you know understand? So anyhow, when you just see me start to do those things, when you know how they do the things where you create inside me, or I say people call it say be the big man, and then they do that kind of thing. That's my prayer. Because you're supposed to have a conversation with God, like send the day on, Father Lord, thank you. Shut up. Okay, so let's come back to Murphy's Law now. Murphy's Law is the idea that anything that can go wrong will go wrong. It has felt a bit like that for Harrington and recently. At run and at thought by Brighton, Andrew Onana shockingly won into his own net to give Bayern Munich, of all teams, a hard start in midweek. Injuries piling up. Lisandro Martinez, the latest to head for the treatment room. No returns to Jadon Sancho or Anthony Mason Greenwood off to Getafe. Few other players might just join this conversation. And Sergio Reguilon heading to Toughmore, sick and pushing through for 79 minutes, giving his United only fit left back. That is Murphy's Law. What could go wrong have all gone wrong. But They came out of that game against Burnley winning with a Sunday Olise type of pass to Julius Agawa from the old man, Johnny Evans, who went and took Leicester to relegation, came back and showed Harry 18 million pounds man Maguire how to defend. First, he scored a goal that was disallowed, that was ruled out. Yeah. Impediment on the goalkeeper. And then he gave a telegraphic or telepathetic pass from one end of the field to the other. And Bruno Omovudu Akpoviroro Emekpa Fernandez lashed the ball in the way that Robin Van Persie would do it and put it in the net. Beautiful goal. Okay? Igbo say Kunaka. Yoruba people say Ekpatewa. Yeah. If you know what Ekpa be for Yoruba language, I know it's Ekpatewa. So as I came to Lagos, I did about one I said Ekpa. I said na granite. I said Ekpa na granite. Let's just leave the matter like that. Let's not no louder. Let's leave it like that. Okay, let me come to you guys now. I don't pass my 30 minutes boundary. What I suppose to use. Okay, I hope you enjoy the show. If you like, you not enjoy the show. If you not like, as I watch that for YouTube, you plenty reach. I know they press the like button. I also pray on our own prayer. Don't worry. I also pray for now because I need prayer for this thing. So now if you say, you not go comment, you not go like, you not just watch, they smile, they laugh, like who get the touch that nipple for that place. I go know myself. I go know the color. Let's come back now. Yes, let's talk about the best players for you, the best coach, the best team, and the worst ones. Okay, let's see. Keshila, are you there? Okay, that giddy dad. And giddy dad, he does a offer. They consistent again. And the country, I know, so that the hustling. Dante 23:10, he said Chelsea at the moment are shitty. God save my darling club. Oh, God go save now. That giddy dad, I know, say na Arsenal man. I saw Pastor Goki. See, for football baptized, and then they be pastor again. One of my most respected pastor. What is this guy for Ghana? I saw him using Manchester United for banter. Boy, me, I'm better to record that. I'm going to say that one before. Nakolo. So if you do anything, then it really surprise me. He used Chelsea for banter. Pastors now, they do banter. Una not go there and go tell them say it's not. If I have to do different, and I say this is very unprofessional. This is unethical. This is thunder. I go fire all of now. I never say anything. Well, let's come back to the matter. That Giddy Dad says with Chelsea, could we attribute their performances to coaching, recruitment, shitty players, or just Roman Kama? Well, the Roman Kama is just me, joking. But I think first off, I've always said that Mauricio Pochettino is not a great coach. Mauricio Pochettino also does not have a history of starting a project like this within a short time. So it's not a short-time coach. It's a guy who needs a long-term project to work. But unfortunately, Chelsea is at a place where you need to perform very well. But the heart of their problem is Chelsea in the history of football. And I've been following football since 1986 when I fell in love with Armando Diego Maradona for the culture I gave to England and then what he did to Belgium with Enzo Schifo in the semifinals of the World Cup, right? In 1986 in Mexico. Since I've been following football, but at club level, I have never seen such disregard for the rule of recruitment ever in my life. Even the Ajax that they say, Ajax always have youth policy. Go back to Louis van Gaal's team. That youth policy also came with a lot of experience. Okay, they had Van Hosen, Finidi George, Blind. What's the guy? The other guy that the Georgian guy. Oh God, I forgot to say the attacker, the guy that was scoring plenty of goals for him. So you're not surrounded by the youths like them Bogard, Reisiger, the Boa brothers, Klarasidov, Edgar Davis. For me, the greatest defensive midfielder that can play box to box ever. I know that's a case for N'Golo Kante, but that young man, hey, Gattuso and Edgar Davis. Those two people should have played in one team together at their prime. Jesus, that team would have gone an entire season without conceding goal. True to God who made me. Yes, and then Clara Seedorf, strong, wise, talented, fantastic player. And then the youth of, how can I remember that striker now? Yari Litmanen. Yes, I remember his name. His name is Yari Litmanen. See all those players? They were experienced players. They were the core. And when Fabio Capello took over AC Milan and decided to go with them, Savicevic, Montero, and the rest, no, it's not Montero. Roberto, I don't know. That team that beats Barcelona in the finals of the Champions League in 1994. It's a player, that's Donadoni, yeah. Donadoni and the rest of them. When he decided to go with those young players, there was still Baresi, there was still Paulo Maldini, who had gained a lot of experience. There was still quite a few people to anchor that midfield, okay, up to the front. But to just bring in some small boys, as my Abba brothers would say, all this Umutata, to come and play for a whole Chelsea. Yeah, children, they carry senior masquerade. Children, upcoming children. Umutata, they carry the biggest masquerade for village. So it was a mismatch, and that's the result we're seeing with Chelsea. So let me go back again to Nagini that he said that with Chelsea couldn't attribute their performances to coaching, recruitment, shooting players, or just Roman Kama. I think recruitment was poor. They have a club owner who does not even understand what football is, and is using school sports to run professional soccer or football, okay, as we know it to be. And Dante 2310 replied that Giddy that he says shitty players, poor recruitment system, and terrible management. Okay, I agree with you completely. And that Giddy that replied to Dante 2310, he says shitty from top to Buhari. Sorry, top to bottom. But when you hear top to bottom, you must remember Buhari. If you don't remember Buhari, then I don't know what part of the planet you are on. But once you hear top to bottom, the first thing that comes to your mind is Buhari. Yes, that's it. I say Chelsea was the most terrible team over the weekend. They beat one team 8-0. You say Chelsea, that Napoli, somebody's loving them. That is loving Napoli. Chelsea the most terrible team. Yes, Baba J underscore. Baba J 619. The same Brasmingo. Now Arsenal came in this weekend. Now only them caught my ticket. You bet on Arsenal this weekend. Arsenal have not been really fantastic to bet on them. And I say I'm always streaming through the YouTube platform. Oh, thank you very much. But you don't comment. I need people to be commenting. Yari Litmani, yeah. Yari Litmani is the guy I was trying to remember. Okay, I think he was from Finland. It's a Finnish guy. It's a Finnish. Polish people. Poland people are Polish. Finland people are Finnish. Okay, what is German people? Jamish. Akmas Baba said Barcelona's comeback was epic. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. At some point, people were already bantering my guy Ibrahim, but Ibrahim saved the best for the last. And he was so much about it, he didn't come out to gloat anyway. Well, let's go to YouTube and see how the few people that today I'll close the show earlier than normal. How these YouTube people they take me for granted. But do you remember the full year they didn't comment, they didn't really like. We're going to close this show today. Do you remember because FIFA don't mad? Now them build the stadium for them. Imagine no shishi. Yes, Americans just change them more. He heard the pressure say Adriano. No, not Adriano. Not Adriano. I wasn't talking about Adriano. Don't play for Ajax. Favor Ozoji. He said I knew it from the start of Bolly's takeover of Chelsea. Chelsea was going to fumble. Why would Bolly pattern Chelsea after other clubs like City or Arsenal? Bolly has no vision or direction. Okay. So if somebody patterns something after Man City, they don't get vision. Right now, I want Arsenal to be like Man City. Divine Tonke. Yeah, let me tell you something about this Divine Tonke. So the first day I saw that, I was like, Divine Donkey. Sorry. Divine Tonke. That name sounds like an Ijon name. Divine, are you an Ijon person? Okay. He said Chelsea fans are numb right now. Yes, so are numb. You reach to numb. You guys are experiencing what Arsenal were experiencing in the last 12 years of Arsene Wenger. Arsenal fans, we saw Pepe. They peppered us. Hey, Wenger. Oh God, Wenger will see Express road where they go here, you go say no more follow bush. We'll go enter bush, we'll go sick. We'll say you're more the push. Transfer window go open for 30 days. Then they're not going to sign. 2 days to the end. Arsenal will then link up to 25 players. Then when they finish, Arsenal will sign 3 rejects and half. And I will call the whole. Arsenal will call the pray. If Man U players just injure like this, Mourinho just get that third season syndrome and Chelsea not just do well, and the Liverpool not cancel out Man U, Leeds United or both teams, the way they're playing, they don't beat Chelsea. Arsenal will just get lucky and just go through. God, that guy not go better for you anyway you do. I don't care what anybody says. That guy now, Wenger B. Wenger is a wish. It was half attack. That thing. Now on the face to Chelsea fans. I just pray make una reach like 50 years old. When I enjoy for 50 years. And I know how the matter they be. That year too, where we take something I wall of the last month. That short semi-dwarf. Hazard. They take us the play. Now go to Hazard again. When I go to Hazard come. I hear the pressure say Liverpool is my team for the weekend. Oh boy, that the next good shot. But just remove beef. Boy, remove beef, For this food, just shop a catfish oil stew with white rice, hot one. But remove beef, no chicken, no goat meat. Or just catfish, plenty pepper, oil stew. That no next go shot. Up from what's his name? Szoboszlai, Dominic Szoboszlai. And Nunes not just reason now. You just see the body come. The spirit of Suarez and the spirit of Robin Van Persie just enter your body. Just give me direction. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. I go enter. I go be like better catfish oil stew. When I go dive them I don't say anything. Better catfish oil stew. Then I call cut small. Put aside. They call do away pepper plenty. Call body white rice. Better white rice. Remember this Nigerian rice where they sit to where they go. Better rice where they throw away. Hey, they call 7. Call put on top because you're set like this. Yeah, care. Hey, oh boy. We love Kugojo. The name of a former DSC player. Oh boy. That goes sweet. Dominic Szoboszlai, you play ball, Szoboszlai, you play ball. Emmanuel Sebastian, where are you when I need to praise you? Oh God. They should give the manager of the season award already to your club for signing. See the midfielders will sign. He won't go sign that craze before. Casado. I thought that boy knows how to play, but that cassette from Ecuador. Let's decide the line. See Chelsea now. Ajax. Every player with Chelsea don't kidnap. Chelsea be like Boko Haram. Every player they kidnap, they deliver. Modric won't go Arsenal. They say, no. Come. A kidnapper. Pirates of the London Bridge. They carry on. Casado don't sign, they don't agree deal to go Liverpool. Who Pirates? Hijack the boat. See you now. Look at you now. Look at you. Oh, Mr. Sugar said the passes from McAllister. Sorry. The way she was like they play, you will even give her credit for this way, don't do. Jesus is Lord. Hey, let's move further down. Odin Rebelaka say make the guess sense. Which people we want to make guess sense? He had your pressure say Liverpool is my team for this weekend. Chelsea is the worst for me. Player of the weekend, Evans. His pass distribution with both feet was awesome. Then Dominic Szoboszlai. I like the name. I just like the guy name. You want to know who's no Szoboszlai? Remember that song? I don't give any give, but that remind me who sing the song. I know the person that is a Nigerian singer who became a gospel singer later. That's a clue. But just guys, remember the name. If your papa na groover, and this thing will know. Who wants to know? Who's no Szoboszlai? Hey. Yes, tell me who sing that song, I beg. Let's have some fun. I know it's Monday morning. We're not too serious. All the seriousness, we're not the serious, so we're not fix Nigeria. Maybe Shango Tado to Aja, the road be like where devil they pass. Not be traffic all of us. So as my daily traffic, so not Nigeria. I beg you, Marco cash fun. And I know certainly days and I be fun day. No, nobody promised you tomorrow. So let's enjoy this one we'll get. Akimbola Lanre said Johnny Evans was splendid with his passes at the weekend. The sweetness of old wine. Okay, I know the president now. When you concede like 4 home goals, now change you. You hear what pressure say? Chelsea is like QPR now, or better still, serve Kid Minister Harris. No. Chelsea currently is like Derby County that went an entire season winning only 1 game. Only 1 game. 1 game in the history of the Premier League. Nobody can beat that record. But right now, so this Chelsea, blessed Chelsea, they won't equal the record because they've won only 1 game this season. Wow. Chelsea. Almighty Chelsea, we won't play before when they pray. Hey God, let Frank Lampard and Didier Drogba be injured. Hey God, Peter Cech have epilepsy. Now there be this. It's you be this. Hey, I'm the one that can't play Arsenal now. I can't struggle. This promo gonna keep on going, because Arsenal I'm in the next game, if I'm not mistaken. That's when that time reach now. When I bet we go call dry, when I call they fly in here. Whoever put super glue and water for na ibekbe, gonna leave a made it. I know why he had what pressure say Chelsea. Okay, I don't really know. And then he went on to say Adriano I mentioned was about football. Oh, okay. Oh, but that guy is not known for his dribbling, or it's not for his shots. If Adriano gets you, if he gets you well with shots, Adriano will play short free kick against Lazio. They change the guy where he use the Belletti with the ball. They use stretch Akara, but as he go, he don't come back. Hey, okay, no, it's just like Klinsmann, international retirement. Organanovic, one guy like that, any person name, you're going to go start for war. As they hit the shot, as he touch Klinsmann, I said they use stretch Akara for ambulance, go hospital. And then Klinsmann still retire for national team. Some people wait don't use shot to retire for football. Hey, young Klinsmann, my guy, my favorite guy that year. But it's one of those things. But then the rebel like I say, we follow Bush Tire. Arsenal, if you be Arsenal fan, see straight road. Toll gate, no even day, no blockade, no protests, mobile protests or end-size protests, no day. Road free. Like I said, no, I have a bypass, and then we take kidnappers will lost. And then we, hey, God, Wenger, it's not go better for you anywhere you did. For all the pains you cause us, it's not better for you. Yes, I your voice. He said, what's your take on Napoli this weekend's in bracket season? I don't understand your prediction against Real Madrid at UCL, bros. I don't understand. This is your question, it's not questioning at all. Let me talk to my 9-year-old daughter. Daddy, this is your question, it's not questioning. Oduni Rebeleka say, what's time to be an Arsenal fan? Our eyes see shaggy. Hey God. Everybody, there's nobody will not joke with us. We see they suffer the effect now. We see they feel the shame. It's just that some of them people just decide to shame themselves. People like the Man U and the Chelsea just decide to take the garment of shame upon themselves. So we are now a bit free. But then like I say, he said now taste, Chelsea still the taste now. They never really see anything. To be very honest, as a Chelsea fan, you can still be bragging. We have 2 Champions League. We've won all the titles in this one. Don't worry, when it reach 20 years before I play the competition again, that's how I go understand. Mr. Sugar One, he said Alan Smith, where we say John Anerise use shot breaking leg. You don't see football. People they play football in those days. And they play football where Urobo Masi and say, hey, Ukara, I'm on a female. Hey, I mean now everything is so if you don't put your hand on somebody, they'll give you card. Things where we say that they would reach to blow far before now. These are the give for red card. Oh wow. Oshimiria tata, Shineki, Oshimiria tata. So that me talk about now. People sing up. I have to say, what's your take on Napoli's season so far? Not so good compared to last season, but we are not expecting Napoli to go like 5 seasons of winning the title. I said it at the beginning of the season that Napoli were not going to be excellent this season. Not being excellent does not mean that they were not going to fight for it. But one thing for sure, Napoli cannot defend their title. And the Champions League, I don't think Napoli will get up to the quarterfinals. I mean, last time that was the first time they got to the quarterfinals. I don't think they will get there. They managed. I don't think they would even get out of the group stage. Let's be fair. I don't think Napoli will get out of the group stage. I know that for the love I have for Sime, I just want to see him win at all time. But I think this Napoli team, the coach, the quality of the coaching has dropped. Garcia, you can't compare Garcia to Spalletti. because Garcia is coming in to coach a team that just performed miracle. So he's working with care. Spalletti coached a group of boys who have not won anything, who have not seen any success, who are humble to learn. These guys are guys who are like, you know what? We just done something that nobody's done in about 30 years. So we are the Lord. They are still feeling that lordship. Unfortunately, the people who want to steal their title are angry that these small boys came to. We're going to ask Leicester. They won the title, won the FA Cup. Today, they are relegation. They are in championship. They are playing to come back, Sha. I pray they come back immediately. If not, that's exactly the way it is for Napoli. So Napoli, right now, if not bet to you, they try, I make you ask this question. You know, say people need to ask direct betting question again. They go bebere like my mother. My mother asks you, I say, you want to go out? No. Oh, yeah, come go buy me something. Okay, I say, you want to go out? Yes, take money. And if you come, buy something. Quick come on. You must send me message before. So at all time, na ambush. My mother go ambush you. If you say yes, she go send you message. If you say no, she go send you message. If you say you want sleep, we'll tell you what person they sleep for this time or the day they do. Now be your mate. Calm down. What my mate for the full area of the station? So I'm not minding of my mate. We don't do reach out for what they do. You should be my mate. You want to bring my mate? It doesn't matter. But my mother will see your mate for something. No guy, you know, my mama. Hey, you must see something where your mate. If you don't see your mate, you're gonna change that. Your mate for gorilla don't take over full forest now for gorilla. Mama gorilla. National Geographic channel. Mama, they calm down. Only I say they calm down. Then they hot like this. But that's my mom for you, okay? Whether you like it or not. Well, we've come to the end of the show this morning. I don't know what it's with you now, but it's with me because I come here to catch form. Ihediwa Pressure said Chelsea Alex that year. Once he play short, he go score goal. He go score, Mosso go pull. I can't forget Gerrard, Carlos Tevez, Tai Taiwo, and Lampard shots from downtown. He used to be a guy that played for Southampton. His name was Matt Letizia. That guy did not score any regular goal. All his goal now flashy, volley. Then there's a guy that people don't talk about. Hugo Sanchez. Hugo Sanchez played for Real Madrid. He's a Real Madrid legend. He has a record that I don't think anybody in the world would ever break again. That record will stay till they blow the trumpet. The guy scored 38 goals in a season. All the goals were first touch. And make no mistake about it, some of them were bicycle kicks, some of them were volleys, some of them were tapping, but every of the 38 goals were first touch. Just first touch. Pam, ball internet. Pam, ball internet from outside 18, inside 18, from corner side, from header, everything 38. That's a Guinness Book of Record for it. There's nobody. Yes. Yeah, so my mom can use anything to give you example. My mom will just sit down and call you. Oh yeah, come. See ant. All these ants, so maybe not like 10 ants. So my mom will tell you, say, you see this ant, they write out for Bible. You said they work hard. You said they work. Small sugar, why don't put for ground? My mom will not take sugar for plate. Small sugar, why don't put for ground? I don't make noise. I never shut up. See ants don't gather, they walk. They walk to carry sugar go. You say, yeah, they watch TV, they listen to music. They listen to reggae music. They listen, yeah? Listen, make you not make money, make you not get sense. Male Avara. Make I come to ant. It was a shoot reality show for our house. Oh God. It'll be the funniest show ever and the weirdest one ever. All the Kim Kardashian and the learn I show on a reality show. I'm not be sure now. They do a shower for TV. That not be sure. And Kim Kardashian and the learn. They do a shower to return men to slave. That not be sure now. If you see show, my mama alone. And when I go to church, beat person naked. Oh, that be playing, that be playing. And when I go school, go old teacher, ear like this. Draw and come aside. Woman flog my eye. So I got one mark for you for eye. It teach us Christmas carol. Angels from the realms of glory. In my usual way, I like to play a lot. I call it play. I don't want flog me. So the window is this protector, iron protector. But the thing was just protected by just some one day there. So as she flogged me as I dodge, I can't hit the protector. Think on bars come. So it just pierced my eye like this. God, I'm not blind though. Oh boy. Carry me, go chemist, treat me, finish, go carry me, go house. My mother know they are their house. My mother know the area people just gather. And I can't tell the two teachers will bring because say, this thing one I don't do so. Tomorrow when I lock the school, when I take holiday, they're not here. Tomorrow my mother carry me, say my go show and my face just swell up, my head cover. Mother carry me, make I go show at the teacher. And so we reach primary 3. My teacher be that, I be that. My mother enter class. Fabric, see weeping. If you're not passing primary school, the classroom where does the opposite, the other end of the field, this goalpost, and then headmaster office is this side. My mother hold the woman here, drag down, go headmaster office. Say they're not blind applicant. No. She want me the woman go bring applicant to make the blind the pikin eye. Yeah. I'll try my mom. Oh. That woman a different woman. Ohibu say gorilla in the forest. Akimola Larry say gorilla comparison of me. You don't know my mother. My mother will use snake. He compare us to snake one day. He say, even snake when not get hand and leg, he dey work hard. He dey seafood shop. You there here, you get hand, you get your leg dey pay you. No, your hand dey pay you. Your eye open, and you dey do anyhow. Don't worry. Sit down for them. The shop and bar. And the banana, they do the shop again. And wow, Baba just say, I remember one guy in Agbasa that year in Sajay competition. His name Owepa na cinema is shot in Warri that year. Owepa. And Jerry that brother be that now. Jerry I miss Jerry that year. Jerry can go represent Singapore. Yeah. Owepa hit shot. Owepa you shot for top of the goalpost. I thought goalpost for Principal School now. He hit shot, hit the bar, the goalpost come out. Owepa when you shot, hit somebody who sit down for fence, for college. People sit down for fence, they watch match. From the field, you know the distance between the field and the fence. Owepa hit shot, the person for break neck for his college. Owepa no man that name people don't even know. People on the show no Owepa. So more just even with the shot that year too. Let's leave on the show don't end. We'll bring that conversation tomorrow. Emmanuel Sebastian will be here. We'll bring that conversation tomorrow. But right now, let's pack our bags and packages and go. Thank you very much, YouTube people, for not liking the show today. I don't know whether the show don't sweet to now or na the Pidgin English prayer. I follow God pray. I don't know. My papa. I don't know why they take a personal. Una made for gorilla now. They like this. Una they really like. Now do well. But anyway, I still remain the same person. Mr. Sugar say Shibo of Gabros FC those days. He get better shot. I got shot na mumu shot. Like wish. That's a good day war. You turn your back, they go hit you with shot. Now hospital you don't go so. I don't know, that guy an assassin. That guy supposed to be assassin. Lukman Adeba say, Mama was never a dull moment. My mother went there. People stand by the casket like this. What would they do? My mother burial, 18th of September 2010. They were wondering like, well, so this woman really fit die. People were still like, she really died. When they bury my mom, people see the fear like, this woman dies. Well, anyhow, Shana, so the show there, and my name is Remains Sinapima. You love to come in there. It's been fun this morning. Plenty of fun for me. I don't know about you, but let's do this again tomorrow. Let's have some fun. And Manuel Sebastian hopefully would have been done with this training. We'll be here tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Like I always say, be the result, be the solution, not the problem. And if you can't be the solution, support those who are trying so hard to be the solution. Just as Hediwa Pressure says, DMS prayers. I think I have DMS prayers here. I think so. I think so. I think so. I think so. Unless they don't delete her for this place, because this office they like to delete his zealots. Okay, so let's leave it. I can't find it anymore, but the prayer used to be here. Bye bye, you guys. Have a wonderful day as we go about our daily dealings. Ooh. Where are?
I am greatest. I love listening to Elevated TV Radio for unadulterated. It's probably